Tapping into the global market for talent has many benefits. You can solve talent shortages, cut costs, and make your company more competitive. But global HR compliance is complex, and it's a moving target with over 10,000 laws to consider across multiple jurisdictions. Laws that can change overnight. If you're relying on outside consultants and lawyers to answer your compliance questions, you could be spending thousands of dollars in up to 10 days just waiting. GPGIA cuts the time and cost of global compliance by up to 95%. You get instant, expert answers you can trust based on GP's decade-plus of global employment experience and proprietary knowledge, not random data scraped from the internet. GIA uses agentic AI to generate compliant documents, flag issues, and simplify the entire employment lifecycle across 50 countries and all 50 U.S. states. Now, let's see GIA in action. Emily is the head of HR operations at a global technology company. She needs to understand laws regarding retaining candidate background data. We've designed GIA to be easy to interact with and to understand simple language. You don't need to be a prompt engineer. GIA's answer to this question clarifies that there are different data retention requirements depending on if the candidate was hired or rejected in the interview process. Sources marked as GP verified offer best-in-class legal and HR reliability. They are curated and reviewed for GP's legal and HR experts to ensure accuracy, relevance, and strict compliance with current regulations. Next, Emily needs to generate an employment contract for a new hire. Ensuring that the employment contract is compliant with local employment laws could cost her hours of manual research, or days if she needs to send it to outside counsel. That's time her recruiting team may not be able to afford if they're in a competitive hiring process. GIA can automatically generate compliant employment contracts. To enter the candidate details, simply upload a candidate's profile and have GIA do the rest. In just a matter of minutes, GIA generates both the offer letter and a compliant employment contract. Emily's Singapore team sends her an employment contract to review and approve. GIA can review existing employment contracts through its agentic workflow capabilities. These reviews are comprehensive and advise on both inclusion requirements and enforceability in just minutes. While GIA is doing the work, Emily can move on to her next task. Once the analysis is complete, GIA provides a report that surfaces and rates risk and suggests fixes so she can update the contract without delay. Emily's benefits team needs to create an updated parental leave policy for the U.S. that works across several U.S. states. Every state has different requirements. Emily needs to provide insights on those requirements so the team can build a single policy that works for every state. This could take hours of manual research to understand the requirements and nuances across these locales. GIA stays up to date with regulatory changes, so she gets insights she can trust in seconds. In this scenario, GIA provides a state-by-state summary and also a table that makes it easy to compare. She can download the information or ask GIA to draft a single multi-state policy, saving her team days of manual research and writing. When it comes to performance management or termination, some countries have strict legal frameworks to ensure fairness and compliance with local labor laws. Emily is responsible for ensuring all required processes are followed and documentation is complete in order to avoid costly litigation. One of her HR business partners asks for guidance on local requirements in Bangalore, India, so they can guide a manager in the organization through managing an absentee issue compliantly. Emily consults GIA. She learns that this jurisdiction requires documentation, giving the employee a formal written notice called a charge sheet. and then conducting a disciplinary inquiry. GIA outlines these steps and requirements and offers to draft the compliance chart sheet and a template for the inquiry process. Once again, GIA reduces hours of work to just minutes. When you have on-demand access to GP's global expertise, you reduce your risks, increase your productivity, and can cut the time and cost of compliance by up to 95%. Get the guidance you need right when you need it. GIA handles the paperwork, so you can handle the people work.